So it is Monday and we are back. It's quite noisy because Steve's in the blast there, back off on his holidays. I said last week that we were going to cast first thing, and the thing is, we're not casting now because the job's coming. So we've got this little green bracket, it's off an old Italian machine again. Customer come on Friday and basically said that he can't get them anymore, needs 4 of them because he's refurbing the machine. Because obviously all the old machines are better than the new machines, let's be honest. Some of the quality of the older ones are still running and it's still brilliant. So we're speaking to him and he's given us his budget, and basically in his budget is so in his budget we haven't got the wiggle room for a core box or a pattern. We've got to work off the sample, which is fine, he knows. Told him it's going to shrink. It'll shrink about 1/4 of an inch all around, so like overall some small amounts. So we'll rub a bit more. We'll have metal on where he wants the metal to be added. And obviously we've got to make our own core to make it fit. So David has been making it. So we've got our own core in, which will slide out. There's the box, and here's a box near enough finish. So here's a box near enough finish. So obviously you can see there, that'll be the top, and that will be the bottom. And it isn't a flat core because we've got this little edge that we've got to get as well. But I've said Steve was back, and obviously we've got a fair bit of shop blasting in, as we can hear. So the barrels, first job this morning, because they were most priority. So he's done the barrels, got them round to the powder coaters before, and I've told them I need them for Wednesday, the latest. So obviously the first solo cars, and he's got his showroom reveal on Thursday afternoon, so need them for Wednesday so we can get them to him. Got them powder coated green, white, green, which will be interesting. Some of the barrels are got big tints in as well, so I don't think you realise that. Obviously when you look at them, they look alright. Obviously once you blast them, everything starts to like bring everything out. Tints, marks, in terms of, because it's got no paint on, you can see it a bit more visibility. So obviously we've got a lot of blasting now in. So obviously they're done. We've got more pipes, which are obviously going on at the moment. So obviously there's some there. We've got some over there. We've got really mad gale force winds here as well. Very windy. Little flag there's going nuts. So I don't know what this mic is because I've not got a little fucking little what the little fairball thing. So we've also got 24 of these big steels, very heavy. So we've got to blast them. So I'll just go inside first. So back in the office because obviously gale force out there. Yeah, the steel sections, we've got 24 of them to blast. Not going for Alvo, just going for the powder coater's job, so we just got to keep them straight inside. They are half heavy. Couldn't get through the gate, I had to go up and over, which is one of them. Split them up into different sections and go up because they're quite big. But yeah, so that's mainly it. Obviously got to wrap all them pipes up that you're seeing out there, get them on a pallet, wrap them all up with rope, because that's what the driver's asking for me to do. Flatbacks nowadays, and then obviously you got to put a stupid net over it as well. Everything's changing in it, in the delivery sort of side of things, so that's mainly it. Got this SG job, we got 4 of them to make the green things, the brackets, which David's having a nightmare with that little core. It's just been speaking to him then, so we've got to do that. Ideally we need to cast because I've got to go to the machine shop on Wednesday anyway, so ideally cast, and then yeah, so I can go to the machine. Now I'm gonna have to do a different day, aren't I? I've just realised, you know, when you plan things in your head. Sent a couple of quotes out as well today, which is good. Hopefully we get the work, but obviously you send a quote out, you never hear nothing back after a couple of months. But it is what it is. Onwards and upwards, let's go. So it is Wednesday, and obviously didn't film nothing yesterday, but as of yesterday we were busy with these box section girders. Found out that they're actually for a car wash. yeah, believe it or not. So I've been helping Steve with them, getting them in, getting them out, because we've got to handball them. They don't fit through the door, they're too long, which is just a pain. But still cracking on with them as of yet. And they're different, they look already, all prepped. Now obviously the paint's going to powder coat, which is they're getting done. It's obviously going to stick a lot better and take to that than it would with the flat finish. Obviously it's all nice and smooth. The grinding marks, dressing marks, weld marks, well obviously your weld is still there, but any debris has all been removed with the shot. So they look brilliant. They'll come out fantastic once obviously the powder coated. But that bracket we were making, we did say we were going to cast Monday, but we didn't. We ended up actually casting yesterday, because the bracket that we were doing, because we were trying to do like make our own little core in it and like wiggle it to get it out. We only ended up getting David could only get one on Monday. It got stuck, and then it fell out, and then it broke. And yes, so we decided to switch it up, and I made a core box. Believe it or not, it worked fine. A little bit bigger than the core print that we put in, which was the box. So, let's throw back to yesterday when we cast. Action! So as you see with the casting, we cast a lot. Halfway through filming it, I was filming it, so that's why it moves. It's done on my phone, which I think is a lot better. We didn't cast everything. We didn't cast the 2 bench ends that were on the floor, which was fine. We didn't have any more metal, and obviously I ain't going to order any more, because I don't need any more at this moment in time. Just one of them. So there's 2 bench ends on the floor, and obviously the rest of the jobs are still on the floor. Loads of, some have been knocked out this morning, some are still there. The reason is the skip meet's empty, which is getting done today. Because we're close to the skip yard, it will be this afternoon last thing, more than likely. So jobs we've knocked out as of yet, because we can get them dressed and get them done, are these ones, which I didn't show you about, because I wasn't in when David made them. So these like little, they look like standard bar, do you know what I mean? But it's got a little tapered edge, a couple of little things, them things, and the brackets. But as we were casting the brackets, the bell went, so I ran out, because obviously I was just filming anyway. So I ran to the door, and it was the fella with the brackets. I said, hey, hold off. I looked at him and went, I can't. He said, what do you mean? I said, we've just cast them now. He went, bloody hell, I didn't expect you to be that efficient and that quick. I said, well, you were SG, we were doing SG, I was just going to do them. And obviously, we haven't got nothing to do anyway. So, we just done them. And they are done now. So, they need dressing. But he's going away to Italy to go and look at how they manufacture the tools, because he works on stone and glass equipment and refurbs them. So most of them machines, obviously they're older machines, are from Italy. They're quality machines, aren't they? So proper old school, the old school is always better, but as of yet, that is what. So we also cast the hanger brackets, I think. No, the hanger brackets are something else. The brackets, the little blocks, and the lids. Because in fact I'm going to the machine shop just around the corner today with the customer. Want to come round with us. So I'm going to take them because obviously they get machined, which we're sorting out. And obviously the customer wants to come round. Yeah, is the customer going to take the work, the machining off us, or not? So I don't really know. Obviously we put a little bit on it, which is good. It's like, because obviously I've got to sort of all the messing around out and make a bit of money on it. So obviously we've got our little bit on, but hopefully it doesn't cut us out because I do like it, and obviously I do like. Obviously I've always said I wanted to do the full process, which is great. So we'll be going round to them. Barrel update, been round this morning. Obviously took them Monday. They are now painted green. We are waiting to do the white part, so they are waiting on the tape. We need the barrels back because the showroom is getting revealed tomorrow afternoon at 5 o'clock. I have been invited. I don't know if I'm going, but because obviously I'm not going to get the barrels back till tomorrow now, I have said I will take the barrels down, so we will go down and I will take you with us and we'll go and have a look, because boss cars for less money. So we have also got a bit of a problem. It's these posts that I said Steve was blasting are meant to be going out today. I told him to come and get some to clear the space for us. So we come yesterday and then started raining, so we threw a cover on and shot round. But the weather here today is rain. Let's see if I can zoom you in. If we look outside, it is miserable, it is wet, and it is absolutely horrible. Look at the floor. But as of yet, everything is going all right. It is going quite smooth. It's going quite nice. We're looking good. We're looking like we're gonna hit where we need to hit, especially with the barrels. Get these jobs around the machine shop. Date today. The date is the 7th. The date is the 17th. Hopefully, we can get them machined, get them out for the end of the month. Obviously, we've had to pay for new pattern equipment as well. But onwards and upwards. Let's see how we get on. Yeah, let's go. So it's Thursday, and the floor is all empty this morning. Obviously, Skip came yesterday, so we knocked the rest of our jobs out that were on the floor in the compacts. So what we've got, variety of different things, ham wheels, brackets, and there's also a lion's head there, but we don't need that one now. That's Project Chippy. It's off a Chippy.
Where's the Chippy?
So yesterday we had all of the shop blasting work. So we had the big posts, the springs, the radius arms, and all the other off-roading parts. They all went out yesterday to the customer because obviously we had to get picked up. Where's that camera going? But obviously due to the rain, we didn't know what was going to happen. Obviously the rain stopped at the afternoon, so at 3:30 they came, picked them all up, boom, and they went, which took forever because obviously we had to handball most of it out of the doors. Also, we were waiting for the customer to come, but he didn't come. So all of our jobs that we get machining, I had in a box, got them round to the machine shop, give them the PO and that, because we laugh because paperwork and all that, something like my fella, because obviously it's normally him in the office, doesn't do. Do you know what I mean? Like he'll just say verbal Paul, and that's the way it's always been. But I'm doing it in POs. It's dead small in it. And obviously you've been going for years, but your PO's dead small. It's funny. As he said, his fella just started on his half, so that's what he should have done. But I'm not really too bothered because everything lines up when I go to do the invoicing side, so everything's a lot quicker on my half. which makes sense. Yeah, so also we got a job in, and it is called the Project Chippy. So this is Project Chippy. A variety of different things. I think there's 7 different types that we've got to make, all working off these samples. All proper work, all bedding in, all joining up, proper job. One big massive panel, which is roughly, say, metre by 800, roughly, I don't know. Well, it's near enough the full size of that pallet. Obviously it hangs over there. We got some like hanger brackets, some big brackets I mean, and then some straight pieces. The reason it's called Project Chippy is because, believe it or not, it is off a chippy. That's what the lad told me, so he might be chatting a load, but it is going to be called Project Chippy. Go and get your fish and chips when we get visited. Said that to you, said, you get a free scran when you get your food. And he went, no, they give us 50% off. I said, fucking hell, I hope they're not wanting 50% off the castings. Yeah, but these were actually made. Walter McFarlane and Glasgow. Says on it. So if you've got the pattern, send them my way. Makes my job easier. That's alright. Sound job, good job. So we've got nice work to plod on with. We've also got more shop blasting. You know where everyone has composite gates nowadays? Like your big square block and then loads of plastic wood in it. Yeah, we've got some of them. But obviously just the frames. Well, that's all your gate is. There's absolutely nothing to it. There's no like really welding to it. This one hasn't been galvanised, it's been up for a couple of years. And obviously the rust has just started to show. Well, more than started to show. And it is like that on near enough all of them. That one's not as bad, obviously there, look. Is it a focusing? Yeah. And the same with this one, down that same face. I'll call the powder coating's bubbling. The powder coating's, yeah, you can't even see me there. Powder coating's not that good. Yeah. Believe it or not, it's been up for a couple of years, and now the customer decides he wants it galvanising. So, onwards and upwards. Also got to go and get the barrels. Hopefully they're done. I do not know. And then I've got to go and deliver them, because the showroom reveal is tonight. So, well, we'll go and get them, and then I'll see you there. So it's Friday, and obviously yesterday I was going to take you with us for the barrels, but unfortunately got to the powder coaters and they weren't finished. They were getting done. They'd done the green, they were just waiting on the tape to do the white, which would come the Wednesday, 3 o'clock. So, but most of all, we got them there at Solo Cars just before, in between 12 and 1, so that they were all ready for the unveiling, which he loved it, and he loved the way they were battered and that. But they looked unbelievable, which obviously I've probably put a picture over with the Defender in the background, and with the V8 Defender. But obviously Project Chippy. So we're on with one of the panels, which is this one, with the biggest one first. We just sat it in the sand to joint it up, and then we took it out so we could double check everything, because obviously it's not completely flat, because obviously these are in. You've got a different joint there, so there's a joint there, you've got the joints on the flowers, you've got to make sure you've got them. We took it out and then we rubbed them flat. Bit of a cheat way, but we got them done. We've got to run that up. Also got this little one which we've done differently, which we've pushed straight into the sand and then a flat joint across the top. This is just a little bar, but this actually broke off. What we had to do was weld it back on. Well, I've welded it back on. And I've left the weld. We can grind the casting back, but obviously if it grinds it back it'll be weaker, the joint, the weld, and I don't want that, so I've just left it, and then we'll just dress the little castings, because there's only 2 of them, so basically there's 2 of everything. And then we've also got the brackets, which we're going to put both in the same box, but run separately.
be two separate castings, but we're going to make them in the same box. Just due to the size of the bracket and the awkwardness of the shape, and what boxes we've got and what boxes we haven't got. So, and they're both identical for some reason, and then that says two off and that says two off. So I don't get it, but they both are identical. I also think that one's a copy. That one's been made before. So I think that's probably original. And that's the copy. So all the gates are done. Which looks sound. Obviously where was all the rusty bits, which was a bit across the top. All the paint's come off, took a while like. And then obviously the bottom's gone a bit corroded. It's always thin metal with these style of gates. It's never like your normal wrought iron gate, shall we say, where it's decent metal. This is always quite thin, and obviously the rust is set away because it's not as thin. We're in Steve's little box, and if you remember what they called, the Italian glass machine or whatever it was, brackets that we made. So here's the brackets that we made. As you see, we got that little joint on that one, that like bending back bit, and obviously we've got the insides, which the customers was worried about, and obviously come out sound. So come out alright in the end. We have got another jobs that we have done, but I don't actually know where they are, unfortunately. But we're gonna prep that other metal box now, the top box of the railing, prep the top because we need to move the bars, ram it up. Hopefully we'll get it out and we'll see how it is. So I'll probably put little videos at the end of this. So this will probably, obviously Friday will be the end, so don't forget. Appreciate the comments. Give us a like, comment and subscribe, or whatever you say. I don't really know. And then we'll see how we get on with these panels now. See what we can get done today. So we started with the panel on Project Chippy. So obviously this is off an old chippy somewhere. It's off a seafront. So first steps first is making sure the box, well, the job fitted in the box. Made sure where our bars where we needed to run it, etc. Make sure we had a nice right amount of space. So basically we made a flatbed of sand, sat the job on it, knocked it down to create its sort of own joint. We didn't really want to have it stuck in the sand too long on this way, so we done it like that. And then what we did is we actually took it out the mould, a bit of a cheating way. So then we just sanded it back to the joint line where we wanted it to be, because obviously we wanted it on the very edge. One, in case there is any flash or dressing. In the Fetlam stages, it's easy to get to. It's got easy access. Obviously, sometimes when you do railing and you put the joint in the middle, especially in the little tight nuts and crannies, it's a lot harder to blend in than what it would be on the edge. Obviously, this railing has got taper. Yeah, so we done it that way. Obviously, ramming it up, the top then up, which is straightforward, just filling the box with sand, make sure I'm tucking in all the right places, make sure I'm tucking it nice and tight. You don't want any little like air gaps, you want it very compact, so obviously to bring out the best detail in the railing / panel. And then getting it out was a little bit tricky, because obviously there's all the little bits, especially along the long straight side, with the little, so obviously 2-inch long and by like a 5 milli gaps. A couple of them come off. So what we had to do was just get the glue out and we stick them back on. They also come off on one of the big flower, which has got very small gaps, and the reason it's coming off is obviously we're working off an old panel, which is obviously corroded. Well, not corroded into like a bad way, but like so it's a little bit pitted, so obviously the sand's very fine. It fills in the gaps and it's harder for it to wiggle out. But we get them all out, we stick them all back on. Obviously because you don't want to drill it out or nothing like that. and then we got it done. So that's basically, that was it for the end of the week. So don't forget, drop us a little subscribe there as you do, please. Appreciate it. And then follow along next week to see how we get on. Got a couple more to make and a couple of other things to make with it, haven't we? So, and then hopefully get them cast as well. So, and then cast and then fettled, and then we'll see how we get on, innit? Onwards and upwards.